Welcome, welcome to the Mind Fuck Podcast. Welcome, my friend. Thank you so much for taking time out to hang out with me. I am uber grateful you're here. My name is Wonu Aleshe. And sometimes I do go by Amazing Soul. FCK stands for fun, compassion, and kindness. Now, on the Mindfuck podcast, what we essentially talk about is nervous system regulation, how to build trust between your brain and your body, and also to start to remember parts of ourselves that we may have forgotten along our journey. I have this tradition that I always do before every episode. I read a list that I titled Reminders to Being Human. And the intention behind reading that list every time is to remind myself and also in the hopes to remind you on your journey. Reminders to being human. Have fun along the journey. Show yourself compassion. Be kind to others. Being complex and being simple can hold true in the same breath. Stay curious. Hold space for pauses. Hold space for not knowing. Never underestimate the power of silence. Nature has a lot of wisdom. Pay attention. There is power in we than I. If nothing else makes sense, come back to love. Pain is our greatest teacher. And the very last one, never underestimate your ripple of existence. Yay! Welcome. Now, let's get into the fun part of the show. All right. I want you to picture something simple. You're on your phone, you send a message, nothing dramatic, just a normal text message, right? And then they don't respond the way you expected them to. Maybe it's shorter than usual. Maybe there is a period at the end. Maybe there's even a delay, right? And suddenly something shifts in your body. You suddenly feel this small tightness in your chest, and there's this quiet thought in your mind saying, did I say something wrong? Are they okay? Did I upset them? Now, I want you to pause right there because this moment that I just described to you, this very small, everyday moment, this is where everything starts. Now, you weren't thinking about their emotions before. No, you weren't carrying anything. You were just simply existing as a human being. And then suddenly it feels like their emotional state is now sitting on your shoulders. Now, what's very interesting is this. Logically, you already know that you're not responsible for how other people feel, right? I mean, you've heard it before, you understand it. You've even probably said it to other people. But your body, though, your body doesn't move like that, right? Because in that very moment, it doesn't feel like a belief to your body. in that moment, it feels like responsibility to your body. Now, I'm going to slow this I'm going to slow this down, right? Because I want to show you something, not from a concept, but from everyday real life experience. Now, I remember this clearly. There was a time in my life where I would overanalyze every single text message I sent. I mean, every single one of them. I would reread it. I will probably change the word. Sometimes I would delete it and rewrite it before I send the text message out. Then stare at my phone, waiting, watching, right? And if the response did not come quickly or did not feel warm, my whole body would shift literally in real time. Not dramatically, not like a panic attack, but like this subtle, quiet pressure all over my body. Like something needed to be fixed. And I would start doing small things like maybe send another message, or I would add just checking in with a smiley face, or I will try to soften what I said, trying to adjust the energy, trying to make sure they were okay. But if I'm being honest with you, my friend, it wasn't really about them being okay. No, it was about me. It was about me feeling okay because their emotional state felt like it directly affected mine. Now, here's where it gets very interesting because if you try to zoom out, that doesn't just happen with text messages. No, it happens in everyday human conversations. I mean, you're talking to someone and suddenly they go quiet, or their tone shift, or their face changes just slightly. And before they even say anything, your body starts to react. I mean, you start scanning and start telling yourself, man, okay, what just happened? Did I do something wrong? Right? That's what you start telling yourself. And now, instead of being in the conversation, you're literally managing the conversation. That's what your body starts to do. I mean, you start adjusting your tone in real time. You start adjusting your words, your energy, and trying to bring things back to normal, trying to make that other person feel better, trying to remove the tension. And again, my friend, on the surface, it looks like you care, right? And you really do. But underneath that, there is something deeper happening, right? It feels like if they're not okay, then you're not okay. Now, let's even go a bit further because this also shows up in real everyday moments. I mean, you wake up in the morning, maybe you live with a partner or a friend, right? Or even a family member. And you can feel their mood before they even say anything, right? You can literally feel how they feel. Maybe they're quieter than usual that morning. Maybe they seem a bit off, right? And now your body shift. Even though nothing has been said to you, even though nothing has been asked of you, your body shifts in real time. And now your morning is no longer just your morning. It becomes, what's going on with them? Should I ask? I don't know. Should I give them some space? Or did I do something yesterday? And without even realizing it, you've already left yourself. You're not present in your body anymore. Now, I want you to pause here, right? Because this part is very, very important, my friend. This pattern that I just described to you did not come from nowhere. No. This pattern that I just described to you came from a time in your life where being aware of other people's emotion was not optional. It was necessary. It was survival. Maybe it looked like this. You grew up in an environment where someone's mood could change quickly. And when it did, it affected everything. The energy in the house, I mean, the conversation, the safety, everything. So what your body did was your body learned something very simple when you were growing up as a child. Your body learned how to pay attention. Your body learned how to notice a shift early. Your body learned how to adjust quickly to your environment. Not because you were trying to control people, but because you were trying to feel safe. The body's very intelligent. And over time, that awareness that your body learned became automatic. You didn't sit down and decide, I want to be responsible for people's emotion. No, that's not what happened. Your body just learned that this matters. This affects me. This is how I stay safe, right? And now in your life, you're in a completely different season and environment in your life. I mean, you interact with different people, you're in different space in your life, but your body is still running on the same old pattern you learned to survive as a child. So now when someone is slightly off, your body reacts like something bigger is at stake. It's a very intelligent process. That's what your nervous system does, even when it's not. I've experienced this in my own life in such subtle ways, even recently, right? I remember, being in a conversation with someone that I really care about, and their tone shifted very slightly. It wasn't anything major, just a little quieter. And instantly, I felt that familiar pull in my body. That urge to fix what was happening. I mean, that urge to check, to adjust myself to the situation. I felt it in real time. And I caught myself. And here's the honest part, right? Even though I caught it, I still felt that sensation in my body. And I have seen that this is the part that most of us don't like to talk about, because just because you're aware doesn't mean the feeling automatically disappears. It doesn't work that way. It just means that now you have a choice. That's what that means. So instead of immediately asking the other person, oh, are you okay? Did I do something wrong? I paused. I literally felt my feet on the ground, and I took a deep, conscious breath. And I just noticed, and I told myself, my body is trying to take responsibility right now. That's what I told myself in real time as I was feeling that. I did not judge it. I didn't try to push it away. I just became aware of what I was feeling in the moment, just noticing it. And I did that probably for a few seconds. And I will say this, it felt uncomfortable as fuck, because I wasn't doing the usual thing where I would fix, I would adjust myself, right? I was just there. And what happened next was very simple. The other person spoke, and whatever they were feeling had nothing to do with me. And this is the part that slowly starts to change things, right? It's not by forcing yourself to stop caring. No. It's not by telling yourself, I'm not responsible for other people's emotions. No. It's by giving your body new experiences. That's where the change really begins. I mean, moments where you feel the urge to immediately take responsibility and you don't immediately act on that feeling. That's where the change starts. I mean, moments where you stay with yourself even when someone else feels off. That's where the change starts. I mean, moments where you let people have their emotions without making it mean something about you. That's where true change starts. And at first, I will tell you this, my friend, this feels unfamiliar. It feels uncomfortable as fuck because your body is used to doing something. Your body's used to fixing. Your body's used to adjusting. Your body's used to managing other people's emotion. So when you don't do that, it can feel like you're doing something wrong initially. But I'll tell you this, you're not. What you're simply doing is you're just creating space within yourself. That's what you're doing. Now, let me give you another everyday example. Let's just say you're at work and someone sends an email to you and the tone feels a little sharp, right? Immediately, your body reacts and you probably, there's this thought that runs through your head, man, are they upset with me? Did I miss something in my email? And now you are rereading your previous email you sent to the other person, trying to find the mistake, trying to understand what went wrong. Now, instead of just rereading the email again and again, this isn't because you're doing something wrong. No, that's not what's happening. It's because your body learned to connect. Other people's tone equals something you need to fix. That's what your body was doing. Other people's tone, something you need to fix. So what does this look like in real time? It looks like reading the email, feeling the reaction in your body, and instead of spiraling in your brain, just pausing. Watch yourself spiral. Watch yourself feeling the sensation in your body. Noticing to yourself, oh, there's that feeling again. Just watch it, observe it, and letting the moment pass like a wave without immediately turning it into a problem. Sometimes nothing is actually wrong. That's the truth. Sometimes people are just having their own internal experience. And I'm telling you this, my friend, it has nothing to do with you. But your body, though, doesn't know that yet because it hasn't had enough lived experience where you stay with yourself and nothing bad happens. Your body needs to learn new experiences. And I will always say this takes a lot of time. This takes a lot of consistency, not intensity. Consistency is the name of this game. It's not about waking up one day and suddenly saying to yourself, I'm never feeling responsible again. No, that's not how it works. It's about these small moments over and over and over again, cumulatively. That's how you build trust between your brain and your body, where you gently remind your body, we're allowed to stay here. We're allowed to not fix this. We're allowed to let them feel what they feel. That's how true change starts. And the more you do this, my friend, the more your body starts to trust, I don't have to carry everything. And I'll tell you this, I still have moments like that in my life where I feel that pull, where someone's energies shift and my body wants to go into the old pattern. I still have that in my life. But now what happens is it feels different. Now it feels like a choice instead of a reflex. Do you see? And that changes everything. That changes the experience. Because it's not like it's because you don't stop caring. That's not what happens. It's not like you become distant from the other people. It's not like you shut people out. No, that's not what's happening. It's that you stop abandoning yourself in the process. So the next time you notice this, my friend, and you will, the next time when someone's tone shifts, when a message feels off, when someone around you feels different, right? Instead of immediately going outward, I want you to just pause for a moment and just feel your body, even if for a few seconds. Just notice what's happening in your body in real time. And I want you to ask yourself a very simple question. Can I stay with myself even if they're not okay right now? Not forever, just for a few seconds, just for this moment. Because that moment, my friend, is where everything starts to shift in your life. That right there is the power of awareness. As always, my friend, I want to thank you so much for being here. I want to thank you so much for taking time out to listen. And I'm sending you so much love from my heart to yours. Thank you.